Shalom Israel, like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahweh.
double honors to the apostles, elders of Israel, great millstone, salutations to the elect throughout the four corners. We're going to get into a quick form, open form right quick, off the spirit, DTA, Men of Valor, House of David, about to go in a quick open form. Just going to fall through with the spirit, follow through with the spirit. One thing I wanted to touch on, Revelations 17:15, because Russia, Putin's ambassador just got killed. And, a lot of times America or the CIA be behind a lot of things, man. Like you got Fidel Castro just died. They killed Chavez. What's the Korean dude?
Kim Jong-un?
Oh, the father.
The father.
Kim Jong-un.
And they had bought, you played the, because sometimes brothers play games. A lot of these games be edifying though, too.
Yeah.
If you play it home front, on home front, he had died, the father. I can't say his name.
Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il, yeah. He had died in the game before he actually died. You know what I'm saying? So they know, like, these devils be playing games, man. We was like, oh shit, we just played the game. He died in the game, and a few months later, he actually died and shit. They killed Chavez, Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein. So they taking out, like, a lot of these rebel dictators, man.
Bin Laden.
Yeah, Bin Laden.
They're going against the Illuminati, basically.
Yeah, cut.
And because Saddam was in the pockets of these devils, man. He was doing their dirty work. If we do the history on Iran and Iraq, they had a 10-year war. I believe it was in the 90s, or it could have been in the 80s, going into the 90s. Salakia, it wasn't in the 90s. It was in the 80s. That was right before Daddy Bush, because Daddy Bush led Desert Storm 1 to try to get him out of there, and then the son Bush led Desert Storm 2 to try to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? But Saddam was doing the dirty work for America, man. And then he was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it for these devils no more. He went against him, and that's when they came up with the accusations that he used chemical warfare against his own people or some tribe of Ishmael, Kurds, whatever. And that's when they came up against him. So like the brother said, they're rebel dictators, man, because at one time they were all under the umbrella, and now they're going against the grain. You got that.
Yeah, son, this Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations had drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So a lot of these nations waking up to America's bullshit, man. So now they getting what? They getting mad, they getting upset. That's like you find out somebody been bamboozling you for years, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, yo, this motherfucker been ripping me off. You get upset, man. And you be like, yo, we've been falling for a little tricks and trade, a democracy, and all the things that America forced on these other countries. So they getting hip to that wine juice. You know what I'm saying? This like you got a bitch or something. I mean, you use the same old wine cooler to get a drunk to hit it or something. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit stopped getting the nice. You know what I'm saying? And she be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm hip to what you trying to do. That's how these other nations is. You know what I'm saying? With America, with Babylon, they getting hip to America's bullshit, and they waking up out of that trance, that juice, that spell America has thrown on them. And not only they waking up from it, they getting angry and frustrated, And I'm going to say this too, that's going to happen, and that's going to be the same thing that come with the chip. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these pastors, these church preachers and shit, they're going to have the congregation take the chip. And a lot of these people that take it behind their pastors gonna be upset. And they gonna know they marked for death, and they gonna want to come back and kill these fucking religious leaders out here, man. That's pushing them to take the chip, you know.
You got more on that?
Nah,
You
that's
want to run it back? You want to run it back real quick?
Yeah, this Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations had drunken of her.
And that's what the nations, they're going to rise up against America because they're going to be upset. They're pissed off now with all of America's ways and all the sanctions and the laws they put in on. That's why you had the Philippines. They went against America. They used to be allies with America. Now they join hand in hand with China and Russia. And they're going against America and calling out America's dirty laundry. And it says, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. And that sword ultimately was Esau, man. That was amongst them to why they were moved the way they were. All right, but ultimately that sword's going to be destruction because all these other nations have to follow behind Esau when they knew they should have known, when they knew better. You know, instead of telling us we're the nation of Israel, instead of letting us know, yo, you are the prince of the power. Y'all shouldn't be eating pork. Instead of selling us the pork, selling us this abominable GMO food. You know what I'm saying? Now they're going to feel the destruction at the hand of the Lord when the Son comes back to redeem us, man. And I got one more scripture real quick, brother. This is the book of Job 21. And I'm going to start at 18. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. You know, so these devils and these heathen nations, they all going to pay for all the things they've done throughout all these years. They children today are going to pay. The ones that come by the camps, the ones that come on the common board saying, I ain't had no part in this. I didn't do that to you. I ain't enslaved your forefathers, but your forefathers enslaved my forefathers. And you're living off that. Because we're at the bottom because of enslavement. You're already at the top.
God.
That's why you were born in some big-ass house in Beverly Hills. Or you live in some rich Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You know, you go to some of these towns, man, it's nothing but heathens, man. Right. And you got one or two jakes and then probably some athletes. You go to South Orange, all the jakes that live up there, they all rappers.
Saddlebrook.
Yeah. You know, you go to Saddlebrook, they all basketball players and football players. Ain't no regular hard-working jakes. And who else lives amongst them? These heathens, man, they came up based off the deeds of their forefathers. So the Lord's... Go ahead, King.
Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
This comedian was making his point. He was saying, I think it was Chris Rock, one of them. I think it was Chris Rock. He was basically saying, the point he was making, you know, we not in our rulership because you got your top singers or performers like Whitney Houston, one of the best voices in the world. She dead now, or Mary J. Blige or whatever, and they live right next door to a dentist, a devil dentist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or here it is, you the top fucking voice on earth. You know what I'm saying? Making bomb ass music, and you live right next to a regular fucking devil, man. That's basically a fucking nobody.
Elamites that own chains of 7-Elevens.
Yeah. I've
done hurricane restoration in these people's house. It was out in Pennsylvania when Hurricane Irene hit. I want to say this Montgomery County or Bucks County, don't quote me. But man, these people, they were Elamites and Gooks and Edomites living in one complex. And the one Elamite, he just owned 7-Elevens. Yeah. He just owned chains of 7-Elevens. And his house literally, he had a 5-car garage, man. 5-car garage. All his neighbors had 5-car garages. The garage had an apartment on top of the garage, and it was separate from the house. They had their own water supply and their own oil tanks in their little community, man. And like the brother said, and you have a Jake in there, top running back, #1 3-point shooter, the best boxer, living next to dentists and business owners, man. And they're not even lifting up a finger to do anything. You know? So that's what the Lord said in Job 21:19. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewarded him, and he shall know it. And that's why these people in these last days, they going to know. As it's building up to the missiles dropping on America, these people going to know. Why? Because you're going to have brothers on all over the states, all over America, all over the world, pushing out this truth, letting you know, warning you why you're going to be destroyed. Because your peoples did this, because you did that, because you enslaved the children of Israel. You're not going to die just because God hates you. You got blood on your hands, man. And it says, his eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. You got it, boys.
I want to go back to that scripture in Jeremiah. Bible Chuck, you got it?
Yeah, I'm in Jeremiah anyway. Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, this scripture is literally talking about ancient Babylon. Now, you know, like the scriptures do compare and contrast kingdoms a lot, so it's a double meaning, because the prophecies that it's talking about here is also going to happen to America if you read Revelation. But this is literally talking about the land of Babylon, and I wanted to go back to this scripture because of what so-called, you know, what it is tomorrow so-called. You know what I mean? Read on it.
Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
So, you know, the Babylonian customs and the way they, you know, their religious practices are here in America. You got motherfucking Christmas trees. You can't go in nobody's house unless they're an Israelite and not see a Christmas tree. You see Christmas trees all over the place. You got the Babylonian gods. You know, you celebrate Christmas. People celebrate Christmas in different countries. You know what I'm saying? That all comes from ancient Babylon.
The Temple of Baal.
The Temple of Baal. Yeah, Khan. You got the Easter. That's the Babylonian holiday. The whole Khan. The whole what's that called? The Catholic Church is literally basically the Babylonian church. Their customs come directly out of Babylon.
Can I say something? I think the word Catholic goes back to universal. Yeah. So basically, they rule the whole earth with that paganism bullshit they push.
The reason why it's called that is because when Catholicism first started, what it is it was a mixture, because what they did, the Catholic Church, they wanted to get all the pagan tribes in Europe involved. So they basically
mix it with Christianity.
Right. Yeah. They mix the pagan worship with Christianity so they can get the pagan tribes to, you know what I mean?
I say this, brother, instead of having them followed by the sword, like the Romans did, Jake thought that they can convince him to follow it by, you know, oh yeah, we got the same thing you got.
They did with the creation of, just like they did with the creation of Islam.
Yeah. So they try to trick him.
Jake always trying to scheme, and I always bring this up. That's why niggas in the hood always dying.
Yeah.
Because niggas always trying to pull a fast one. You know what I'm saying? Sell you some coke with. I ain't saying you do this shit. We ain't promoting drug dealing. But a nigga always trying to sell you coke, fucking baking soda from coke, or
rat poison and shit.
Rat poison. Jake always trying to pull a fast one.
Jake can't even help his own people in wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't even look out for his own people while he's doing wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't even, like, he would try to rob his brother who's, you know what I'm saying, a sorcerer like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake has no regard for anybody. When he's doing wickedness, even righteousness. Like, that's why the scriptures say that our righteousness is as filthy rags. Even when Jake tries to do good, like, say he'll open up a business in the hood. He'll have high prices in the stores or something crazy like that, like, or he won't look out for nobody. Yeah. Certain things like that. But I did want to bring up when you said, you know, the scriptures are talking about the land of Babylon. really, since Esau is the daughter of Babylon, according to the scriptures, when we read about Babylon and the destruction and judgments about Babylon, we're really reading about Esau, and here's proof of that. It's Ezekiel 16:44. It says, "Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter." Now, when you go to Psalms 137 and 8, it says, "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us." So here you see the daughter, the scriptures in Ezekiel says that the mother is the same as the daughter and vice versa. And then the scriptures also say Esau is the daughter of Babylon. Right. So whatever's going to happen to Babylon, or whatever happened to Babylon,
it's playing out in America, because everything is reincarnated.
Yeah. And really, like just going back to that Babylon made the world, drunk, basically, is because the religion of Babylon has, withstood time. You know what I mean? Because you had the actual Babylon, the so-called Babylon back then, the Cushites, whatever. Then you had the Roman Empire, which they resurrected pretty much that Babylonian religion, or they made it more I guess popular in their kingdom.
Hellenistic.
Yeah, put their twist. Well, the Hellenists was the Greeks, but that's
but the Romans was based off the Greeks too. They were Hellenized.
The fact of the matter is, it's Satan worship at the end of the day. So you can't really revamp it. It's the same shit. You're worshiping Satan. You know what I'm saying? You just put different names on.
Allah is Satan.
Anything
is Satan.
That's all it is.
All that shit, Satan.
All that.
Well, what's the crazy thing? The crazy thing about it is all these other religions, they still tie back into Babylon and their wickedness.
Exactly.
That's right.
Islam,
that's the point, the brother was saying.
Yeah.
Islam will be done put up a tree in their house, and they ain't Babylonian, but they on some dealing with Babylonian contact.
They worship a moon rock.
But I was going to say, even worshiping the moon rock goes back to the Babylonians.
It's Satan worship. It's just Satan worship at its purest form was what Babylon was working with. So if you're going to worship Satan, you're going to do what Babylon was doing, because they were just worshiping Satan directly, basically, in a pure form.
But now look at this, you know what I'm saying? Ever since Babylon been in power, the religion is still alive today.
Exactly, because
that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's how the Most High set up his adversaries perfect.
Exactly.
Like, he hated Babylon because Jeremiah was known as the weeping prophet, because he if you read his work, the book of Jeremiah and the book of Lamentation, he's always complaining about Babylon because they was really that fucked up to us. Read on.
You got it, bro?
Oh, so I can read.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I had to jump somewhere else.
That's right. Therefore, the nations are mad. When you read the word mad in the scriptures, more often than not, it's actually talking about crazy. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like mad, being angry, really is a modern way to, the modern definition of mad. But when you go back into, the English that was spoken in 1611, mad meant like crazy. Mad meant crazy, not necessarily angry.
Like a mad scientist.
Like
angry.
He's a crazy scientist.
Crazy scientist.
Yeah, so the nations are mad, meaning the nations are crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The shit that to set off World War III, you gotta be fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Shit, to sell fucking tidy whities in a fucking vending machine like Emmett does, you gotta be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But they're mad. They're off the wine of the Babylonian juice.
Yeah. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So there is no saving. There wasn't no saving ancient Babylon. There's no saving America.
No stimulus package.
And that balm is what that medicine, man.
That's
and
right.
It's up to the Most High. We all know it's up to the Most High for your wounds to heal, man. So this Trump character trying to patch America up and heal that wound, but you're not going to heal the wound of America. Man.
And the funny thing is, he's talking about doubling up on nukes, which is beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trump, triple up on the motherfucking nukes, man. You know what I'm saying? We want you to fucking set this shit off and destroy this shit. Honestly,
and they was bringing out, America ain't really made no nukes since the Cold War.
They technology.
Because we were just watching the news, like, yo, what the fuck y'all been doing? And that's, you know what I'm saying? You ain't make no nukes since the Cold War. Like, what fucking world you living in?
That's like 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like a motherfucker that's a gangbanger ain't cleaned his gun in 2 years. Like, how you know this shit ain't going